Ever wondered what really happened behind the scenes of The Godfather? The movie that defined cinema history was almost never made, and what went on off-camera was even more shocking than what made it to the screen. From real mafia threats and studio warfare to Marlon Brando's outrageous on-set antics, secret casting battles, and footage that mysteriously vanished, these are the weird, wild, and unbelievable facts about The Godfather, 1972, that will change how you see this legendary film forever. Fact 1. Marlon Brando's audition was pure rebellion. When Francis Ford Coppola proposed Marlon Brando for Don Vito Corleone, Paramount executives were furious. They considered him box office poison and threatened to shut the film down. Refusing to give up, Coppola secretly filmed Brando at home. Brando slicked shoe polish in his hair, stuffed tissue in his cheeks, and transformed himself into a bulldog-faced old Don. When the studio saw the footage, their doubts vanished instantly. Brando was Vito Corleone. Fact 2. Al Pacino almost lost the role of Michael Corleone. Just 2 weeks into filming, Paramount wanted to fire Al Pacino. Executives thought his performance was too quiet and lifeless, and even considered replacing him with Robert Redford. But Coppola insisted Pacino's subtlety was key to Michael's transformation. Then came the restaurant scene. Pacino's cold, calculated delivery stunned everyone and instantly silenced the doubters. That moment not only defined Michael Corleone, but saved Pacino's career. Fact 3. The cotton ball myth that fooled Hollywood. For decades, fans believed Marlon Brando stuffed cotton balls in his cheeks to play Don Vito Corleone. In reality, he only used tissue paper during his audition. Once cast, makeup artists created custom dental prosthetics to achieve the same look. The myth lived on because it fit Brando's legend, but the truth is even better. One simple tissue inspired an iconic transformation. Fact 4. The horse head was real, and so was the terror. For the infamous scene, Coppola replaced a fake horse head with a real one from a dog food factory, without warning actor John Marley. Marley's scream of horror was completely real, his shock genuine. Coppola used that single take, knowing he'd captured raw, unforgettable terror. Fact 5. James Caan broke his ribs, filming Sonny's death. During the toll booth ambush, James Caan insisted on wearing real squibs for authenticity. The blasts were so strong they cracked 2 of his ribs and left him struggling to breathe. He kept filming through the pain, and the result became one of cinema's most brutal and unforgettable death scenes. Fact 6. Coppola's job was constantly on the line. Throughout filming, Francis Ford Coppola feared being fired. Paramount wanted a fast-paced gangster movie, while he fought for a rich family epic. Every decision sparked conflict, and Coppola often ended his days expecting a pink slip. But the constant pressure only fueled his determination, turning chaos into cinematic perfection. Fact 7. The wedding scene almost bankrupted the film. The opening wedding was a logistical nightmare. Coppola insisted on real food, live music, and hundreds of extras at a Long Island estate. Bad weather dragged the shoot from 3 days to 2 weeks, burning through nearly a quarter of the budget. Executives were furious, but the result was worth it. The scene's authenticity set the tone for one of the greatest films ever made. Fact 8. Marlon Brando's on-set pranks were legendary. Brando's antics on The Godfather were as creative as his acting. In one scene, he hid weights under himself so the cast could barely lift him. Between takes, he'd pull faces, make up absurd lines, or slip jokes onto cue cards to break the tension. His best prank? Convincing new cast members he had psychic powers, after secretly bribing crew for their personal details. Even his mischief added to Don Corleone's mystique. Fact 9. Robert Duvall nearly quit over Tom Hagen's background. Robert Duvall almost left The Godfather after Coppola changed Tom Hagen from Italian, as in the novel, to an Irish-German outsider adopted by the Corleones. Duvall worried it would feel inauthentic, but Coppola argued that Tom's outsider status made him the perfect consigliere, loyal by choice, not by blood. Duvall agreed, and his performance turned that conflict into one of the film's most layered character dynamics. Fact 10. The cat in Brando's lap was a happy accident. The cat in Don Vito's lap wasn't scripted. It was a stray Brando picked up moments before filming. Its presence created a perfect contrast, a man calmly petting a cat while ordering violence. The cat purred so loudly it ruined the audio, forcing sound engineers to fix it later, but no one dared cut it. The moment was pure cinematic magic. Fact 11. Coppola's paranoia shirt. During filming, Francis Ford Coppola wore a t-shirt that read "Paranoia," not as a joke, but as a reminder. Studio execs wanted him fired, and even some cast members doubted him. Instead of cracking under pressure, Coppola used that fear to fuel his perfectionism. The Godfather was made by a man who knew that in Hollywood, just like in the Mafia, betrayal is always close. Fact 12. The Academy nearly rejected its Best Picture nomination. When The Godfather was submitted for Oscar consideration, some Academy members argued it glorified crime and didn't deserve recognition. After heated debate, it was finally approved and went on to win. The film's victory proved that dark, complex stories could still define Hollywood greatness. Fact 13. The original cut was nearly 4 hours long. After filming wrapped, Coppola had to trim his 4-hour version down for theaters. Entire subplots and even some of Brando's best moments were cut. He called the process creative murder. Painful but necessary to craft the tight, unforgettable masterpiece we know today. Fact 14. Sterling Hayden's Captain McCluskey was based on real corruption. Sterling Hayden's role as Captain McCluskey drew from real-life cases of police collusion with organized crime. Research revealed officers who took bribes, suppressed investigations, and even committed murders. Hayden, with his own history of loyalty and betrayal, brought depth to McCluskey, portraying him not as a caricature, but as a symbol of moral decay. His death marked the collapse of legitimate authority in the Corleone world. Fact 15. The baptism montage almost got cut. The iconic baptism scene, which intercuts Michael's renunciation of Satan with his murders, almost didn't make it into the film. Studio execs dismissed it as art house nonsense that would confuse viewers. Coppola fought to keep it, arguing it was essential to the film's theme of faith, violence, family, and betrayal. After intense editing, the sequence stunned test audiences and earned widespread acclaim, proving it was cinematic poetry. Fact 16. James Caan improvised Sonny's toll booth scene. In Sonny Corleone's final toll booth scene, James Caan improvised. The script had Sonny approaching calmly, but Caan felt it didn't fit his fiery character. Without telling Coppola, he played the scene with frustration, angrily tossing coins and keeping the engine running. The change added tension and made Sonny's death feel both shocking and inevitable, the tragic consequence of his temper. Fact 17. Diane Keaton's Kay was originally Italian-American. In Mario Puzo's novel, Kay Adams was Italian-American, but Coppola made her Anglo-Saxon to heighten the story's cultural tension. As an outsider, Kay became the audience's emotional lens, confused, horrified, and torn between love and corruption. Her American wedding dress amid the Italian celebration symbolized two worlds colliding, tradition versus modernity, loyalty versus morality. Fact 18. The restaurant murder scene took 77 takes. The restaurant scene, where Michael kills Sollozzo and McCluskey, pushed Al Pacino to the edge. Coppola demanded perfection, capturing Michael's shift from nervous son to cold killer. Pacino had to show fear, resolve, and regret while executing flawless choreography, grabbing the hidden gun, firing, and walking away in silence. After 77 takes, the final version became one of cinema's most chilling transformations. Fact 19. Richard Castellano nearly lost his role over a hairpiece. Richard Castellano, who played Clemenza, almost quit The Godfather over a hairpiece. His 1970s hairstyle clashed with the film's 1940s setting, but he refused to wear a toupee, calling it fake and humiliating. Filming stalled until Coppola's team crafted a piece so natural he finally agreed. The standoff showed how even the smallest details mattered, and how perfectionism helped make The Godfather a masterpiece. Fact 20. The Italian-American Civil Rights League nearly shut down the film. Before The Godfather even began filming, real mobsters and activists tried to stop it. The Italian-American Civil Rights League, led by New York crime boss Joseph Colombo, protested the movie's portrayal of Italians and its potential to attract police attention. After weeks of chaos, producers struck a deal. They removed the words Mafia and Cosa Nostra. Ironically, the change made the dialogue more authentic. Real gangsters had unknowingly helped make the film even better. Bonus fact: studio executives wanted a modern, violent gangster flick. Paramount originally envisioned The Godfather as a low-budget, modern crime movie full of gunfights and car chases, not a sweeping 1940s family saga. They even pushed Mario Puzo to rewrite the script without the period setting. Coppola refused to budge, insisting the story's power came from its roots in immigrant America. His fight for authenticity nearly derailed the project, but it's exactly what made The Godfather timeless. From real mob interference to Brando's wild pranks and Coppola's constant battles with the studio, The Godfather wasn't just a movie. It was a war that somehow created perfection. Every scene hides a story of chaos, fear, and genius that changed cinema forever. Which of these behind-the-scenes facts shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more untold stories behind Hollywood's greatest masterpieces.